Yo, what's going on, man? Today is June the 15th, 2024. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA Show. Welcome in. We have two WNBA games for today, and we'll get into a quick recap of yesterday. Let's do just that. I'm trying to make the show a little shorter today. I don't have as much time, which is why I wanted to kind of get it knocked out. Got a lot of things on the schedule for to do today. So still wanted to share the insight with you guys, and hopefully we can produce some winners. Yesterday, I gave out a loser. I was on the Sparks and the Lynx to go over. Total was fluctuating throughout the day, and we should have got there. I think the Sparks ended up Minnesota ended up just coming out super flat. I think they scored like 14 points in the first quarter. Worst three-point shooting percentage, three-point shooting game of the season. I want to say they shot like 6 for 20-something. Only ended up shooting 20 in the 20% range from the three-point line, and the total goes under by like 3 points. So I think we were definitely on the right side. We just caught a bad loser there. Also talked about the team total to go over. Like I said, the first quarter really threw that off. But shout out to the Sparks. Maybe we should have just took the points with them. They did come out and fight hard in that game. It was super competitive for a large part of it. And NBA, I talked about the under 211. I thought Boston was going to get the job done last night too. They wet the bed, but the under would have cashed if you did tail that, because that was on the short list as well. But overall, it's an 0-1 day. We lose a little over a unit, and we try to get it back today. So I want to talk about the T-shirt winner. I was looking through the comments earlier this morning, and Gerson Calex, I think, was the winner last night. He predicted a score of 113 to 97, I think. And he had the Mavs. He thought it was going to be a Mavs blowout. And I want to say Gerson has also purchased a T-shirt when I used to sell them a couple of years ago. So yeah, 115 to 97 is what he called, and he was right. It was a blowout in the way of Dallas. So shout out to Gerson for winning yesterday. Gerson, if you're watching, I don't know if you're live, but if you're watching, definitely shoot me an email or reach out to me on Twitter at ChrisBeCappinn 2Ps 2 Ns, and let me know your shirt size, and I'll get it put in the mail. Also, Tasha, you still haven't reached out about your T-shirt size, so let me know what you're thinking as far as T-shirt size as well, and I'll get yours in the mail before the weekend ends. All right, let's go through the comments just very, very quickly. And then we'll get into the two games for today. I'm trucking on the road this Saturday, trying to listen to Chris. I appreciate that, Chevy. Michael says I'm trying to smack apart late at night. What up to Majestic Mike? Top of the morning to my guy Justin as well. He says after extra cap and everything, I ended up on the Mavs, and I'm pretty sure I won the contest yesterday. So you were close, Justin, but Garrison actually won it. He was actually a tad bit closer than you were. You had the 113. Yeah, I was super close, 113 to 115. So yeah, he took it from you by just a little bit. Justin says he got his second shirt yesterday. Glad that came through, Justin. I know I had put it in the mail. Thank you for confirming. Appreciate that. What up, Z's Nuts? What up, Maurice? Ski says, bro, Chris is crazy. I ain't even went to sleep yet. Literally drinking a double on the strip right now. Yeah, it's like what, 4:14 a.m. skiing. I'm always working, bro. Always grinding, man. Let's see. Chris, you had me confused for a minute. Said June 13th and that, and I'm thinking, yeah, my fault. I didn't update that. I probably should have updated that, but it's all good. Says he missed a live bet on the Lynx live. They got it behind on the spread. Got it as low as -1.5. I checked at halftime; it was still 5.5, and I was like, "Man, they BSing. I don't know if they're gonna win." I knew they was gonna win the game, but I didn't think it was gonna be by 6, and they ended up winning by 5. So I'm glad I stayed away from it. What else? What up to my guy Eric in here? Derek says, "Scott aren't taking my money anymore. Bums love the slate Sunday." Tomorrow says, "Dog, Ski in here is still awake. He ain't been to sleep on the West Coast." Shout out to Ski. I know he gave out a winner yesterday when we did Cal Show with the first quarter over between the Mavs and the Celtics. All right, so let's jump into the two games that we have for today. Like I said, it can't be a long show. I'll get into these pretty quickly. First one we got up, Connecticut Sun will be on the road. They're laying 6.5 points against the Dallas Wings. Total sitting at 157.5 right now. So situationally, you guys see all the stuff here. You got a Connecticut Sun team that has one more day's rest. They are coming off 2 days rest. Second straight road game for them, and they got the win against Chicago the other day. Back-to-back wins and covers as well for the Connecticut Sun team. This has been, probably the second best team in basketball. I think the only team with just one loss on the season as well. And then you got the Dallas Wings on the other side. 1 day's rest. Of course, they did just lose, didn't cover. We were on the right side of that with the Storm as well. Third straight home game for them, and they have 6 straight losses, 6 straight L's for the Dallas Wings. And then you see the seasonal numbers as well. Connecticut, like I said, 11-1 straight up, 6-6 against the number. I didn't add their road splits here, but they should be under there. And then I also didn't add the same thing for the Wings. I didn't add their home splits, but the Wings have not covered a game at home. I think they're 0-4-1 against the number on at home so far this season, and 3-8 straight up, just 5-6 against the number. Like I said, they've lost 6 straight games in a row, and a lot of it has been because of their defense. You can see in the graphic at the bottom in season rankings, their 10th rated defense, 7th in net rating, and their offense is also taking a slide. Because really, they're depending on Arike Ogunbowale a lot. Her and Maddie Seacrest, Monique Billings every now and then. But this team really, really struggles to score the basketball, but they still play with a bunch of pace. I think they're 6th in pace as well. And then you got the Connecticut Sun, man. Connecticut Sun, like the old reliable. They just slow and steady. Slowest pace team in the WNBA. 4th in offensive rating, however. 1st in defensive rating, and they're also 2nd in net rating as well. So the way I see this game going is I'm still not looking towards Dallas. I do think that Connecticut wins the game. I think that they score in this spot as well. So I would be looking towards Connecticut laying the 6.5 points with them. Like I said, this is the best defensive team in the WNBA. And I also want to, before I jump too far into that, I want to say these two teams did play earlier this season, and that game was actually close. It was closer than the Connecticut Sun probably wanted it to be. They ended up winning that game 74-72. That game was at home back on the 31st of May. They were laying 8.5 points in that game. And Arike Ogunbowale missed a game-winning game-tying free jumper on the right side of the right wing, I think it was. In that game, Connecticut shot just 2 for 10 from the three-point line, and they scored 74 points. They also missed 10 of their 24 free throws as well. They went 14 for 24 from the free throw line. I don't think we see that again. And, the weird thing about the Wings, in my opinion, is that a lot, actually across the WNBA, the teams that are the biggest, the teams that have the most size are typically the teams that rebound the ball the worst. I see it with the Dallas Wings. This is not a good rebounding team. And I see it with the Chicago Sky, also not a good rebounding team. So a couple things I had listed in my notes that I wanted to share real quick before I get into the comments and we move on to the next game. So first thing I wrote down was Connecticut lives in the paint. They make and take the second most shots, and Dallas allows the second most makes and takes. Even though they do have all that size with Kalani Brown and Tierra McCowan, Dallas also gives up the 3rd most offensive rebounds, and Connecticut is the 3rd best offensive rebounding team. Connecticut also forces the 2nd most turnovers, and Dallas turns it over at the 2nd highest rate. So a lot of ways I think Connecticut should be able to score here, in my opinion. If you don't want to take the spread at 6.5, which I do think this close to the 7, I do think that their team total over 81.5 is the best play in this game. So those are my thoughts. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. No such thing as a lock, young Flea. No such thing as a lock, my brother. Derek says Connecticut, Dallas under 158.5. Dallas and Connecticut don't shoot threes. Connecticut don't play with pace and play good D enough to limit the one-dimensional offense of Dallas. Arike Ogunbowale. First game finished at 146. Yeah, I think we see much better shooting in this game, though, Derek. In my opinion, Connecticut, I know, is not the greatest three-point shooting team, but I look back and I think it was Dewana Bonner who shot the ball really, really poorly. So I think she shoots the ball a little bit better. They also had, I think Alyssa Thomas was the only person who had a good game. I want to say she had like 18 and 15 and 9 or something like that. Like, she had a really good game. Maybe isolating it to a Dallas Wings team total under. I can see that. But I do think the Wings are going to try to play fast. And I think Connecticut is going to be able to score the basketball in this one. So I think I would disagree with this. I would disagree with you a little bit on this one. Maybe the game goes under, but I think Connecticut can score the basketball. I'm just not interested in playing the Wings games under just because their defense is so bad. But you're right. Connecticut does play at the slowest pace. Let's see. Z says, I'm thinking of laying the points with the Sun or the Wings team total under. And those are my thoughts as well. What up to my guy, Isaiah? Tomorrow says 6.5 seems short for the Sun. Only thing I don't like is that this is the Wings' third straight home game. So they should be comfortable at the crib. Yeah, but what does that translate to tomorrow? Like, I was listening to somebody talk about the game, and they were saying that, Enrique takes more shots than the next two players on the team combined. So until they get Satu Sabli back and Natasha Howard, I haven't seen anything from the Wings that they're going to make me think that they're going to be able to score the basketball efficiently outside of getting, and now they're playing against the best defense in the WNBA. So I still think they'll play fast, which is why I think Connecticut will get up and over their team total. But those are just my thoughts. 6.5 does seem pretty, I don't think it's short. 7 points that you win about, 3 possessions. And the Sun, if I'm taking teams on the road, I've said this before, if I'm taking teams on the road, I like the team to play defense if I need them to get stops. So Ski says too lit to think about the game. Bet next game yesterday when I was sober though. I know what you bet, Ski. You bet over. We'll talk about it in a second. Agumbo Westbrook, Ski says. Mitchell says Sun 79-72. And oh man, I got it. Let's see. Over 159.5, Frank says. You can let it drop a little bit. 158's out there too, Frank. If you want that, make sure you get the best number. All right, let's go to the next game. We got the New York Liberty and the Aces. Line sitting at 2. Total continuing to move up is 160. It opened 169.5 up to 172.5. And I made this graphic like an hour ago, and it's already moved 2 points. 172.5 look like it's the consensus, and it's a couple of different ways I kind of feel like you can play this one. So real quick, we got a Liberty team that has the major rest advantage. 4 days of rest. They haven't played since last weekend when they beat the Connecticut Sun. 7 straight wins for this team as well. And they have the WNBA Finals revenge because, of course, they ended up losing to the Aces last year. But the Aces, they've been traveling all over the place. They've also been, it's the major rest disadvantage because they played so many games this week. So you get them off 1 day's rest, 4 straight non-covers. And I also think that we have to mention how difficult that game was for them to win against the Phoenix Mercury the other day. They went down in that game. I think it was like 12-31 or something like it was. I know it was close to 15 points, if not more, versus the Phoenix Sun versus the Phoenix Mercury in that game just 2 nights ago, and they were on the road. So having to travel back home. Asia Wilson has been extremely dominant, and it was Jackie Young who ended up with a career high 34 points in that game. But the Liberty have been hooping, man. Quietly, I feel like nobody's really talking about this team, but they are 11-2 straight up, 5-8 against the number. And I didn't put their away numbers up, but they've been better on the road than they've been at home throughout the 1/4 for the season so far. Now you look at the Aces, they really, really struggled to cover the number. Only 3-8 straight up, 6-5, 3-8 against the number, 6-5 straight up. And the things that stick out to me in this game really are at the bottom. You see the seasonal rankings right there. This Liberty team, even without Courtney Vandersloot, who I should mention, she is listed as doubtful to play in this game, still dealing with whatever it is that's personal going on in her life. So, prayers up, hope all is going well with her. She can join the team, but it doesn't. She's listed as doubtful, so I'm thinking that she's probably not going to be in attendance for this game today. And Sabali as well will be out for New York. And then while I'm talking about the injury report, I'll add that Chelsea Gray is listed as questionable. She was questionable in the last game, and Phoenix never ended up playing. So look at the offense, the things that stick out to me. Offensive rating for the Liberty versus the defensive rating for the Aces. That's the elephant in the room, in my opinion. This Liberty's offense has been absolutely clicking. and now you get them with a major rest advantage here. Also being a much better defensive team. I like the Liberty in this game, man. I like the Liberty in two ways. I like the Liberty team total to go over just because the Aces play so fast. In the Liberty, you can see that they're the number 1 rated offense. They're going up against the number 8th rated defense in a team that just had to come back down 15 plus points in their last game. And they play with pace. The Aces play, I want to say top 2. I didn't look at the numbers specifically, but I do have them up real quick. Let me just jump to it real quick. So Aces are number 1 in pace in the WNBA. And I think they dictate pace because the Liberty have actually slowed it down. They're actually 9th in pace, which is the 3rd slowest. But I would agree with the market going up in this game. But I think I want to isolate it just in case the Liberty for some reason come out here and slow this Aces offense down. If Asia Wilson is not cooking, if Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum aren't cooking, which we've seen the Aces offense not be great, I like the Liberty team total to go over, and I like the Liberty +2 in this spot. Only way I'm looking to play this game. I just think that the Liberty have a lot of good advantages in this one. And also, what I wrote in my notes is New York they've been the best team in basketball over the last 5 or so games. Remember, they were the only team to beat the Connecticut Sun so far. Offensively and defensively, they've been able to score and limit teams. New York ranks number 1 on offense and number 1 or number 2 in restricted area field goal percentage, in paint field goal percentage, in mid-range field goal percentage, and left corner 3 field goal percentage. So, like I said, with Jacquel Jones out there, she's always been the key every single time that the Liberty beat the Aces last year, even in the Commissioner's Cup game. It was because Jacquel had really, really good game. So they're going to need her to, take Asia Wilson outside the paint, play her at the 3-point line. And then it should be barbecue chicken for everybody on the Liberty to be able to score the basketball. I'm expecting Sabrina to have a really good game because the Aces 3-point defense has been bad. So, yeah, I'll take Liberty team total over. I think the best number you can get is 84.5. And I'll also take Liberty +2 in this game. Let's see what you guys are seeing before we get up out of here and do a quick recap. He says over. He got it at 171. I fell asleep last night and it was 170, and I still didn't. I think it was 170, 169, and I fell asleep with it sitting in the bet slip. Never even placed it, but I'm agreement there. Justin says he got the +2.5 in his pocket. I did see a touch 2.5, but when I went back to look at it, it was gone. Derek says all on the New York Liberty in this spot. Any way you slice it, like it as well. Derek says money line and team total over and +2.5. Sheesh. Okay. Ski saying that Aces defense has been trash. Mitchell says he likes the Liberty 84 to 80, 89 to 84. I don't know how the Aces are favorites. Well, the Aces haven't been dogs this year. They have not been dogs this year, and I don't think they probably should have been dogs. And if they keep losing, they will be dogs. But yeah, Liberty owe this team, man, from last year. I know that the game is in Vegas, and I know that the Aces are at the crib, and they typically play better there. But their offense plays better there. Their defense has been trashed pretty much everywhere. We just saw Minnesota go in there, and put up 100 points earlier this week. Derek says Liberty playing defense this year. Aces look suspect without Chelsea Gray. And if she comes back, that's even more of a reason to like the Liberty in this spot, in my opinion. Aces running out of gas, Glow says. I think they'll get it right, just not now. Thomas says, would you dabble on the Liberty money line at plus money at +110? Yeah, if I'm taking them +2, I think that they win the game. So, yeah, I definitely would. Don't have it in my pocket, but I definitely would. Aziz Nutt says he's rocking with me on this one. What up to my guy, Alex? Both teams to score 90, MP404 says. Derek says Liberty first, Liberty halftime, full-time, +210. Yes, please. So he thinks Liberty dominate from start to finish. Okay. And Mark says I'm running with Liberty first quarter team total over as well. And Jamie always got the first quarter look, man. He likes the Liberty in the first quarter. These been cashing for my guy as well. So definitely check him out, man. Like these first quarter looks he's been giving been absolutely cash. And I couldn't talk you off that first quarter team total over. Liberty been scoring the basketball. I'm gonna actually add this. He always bringing stuff to the channel that I don't be thinking about. I actually love this look a lot. Liberty first quarter team total over 21.5. I'm probably gonna end up adding this as well. Shout out to my guy. And that's it. Like I said, we only got 2 games, so it's a shorter show. Connecticut team total over for me, just because Dallas plays Pretty fast basketball. They're the 10th rated defense in the WNBA. And I think Connecticut gonna be able to score today. Like I said, the Liberty, I'm sorry, the Dallas Wings give up a ton of points in the paint, a ton of points off turnovers. So I think Connecticut's able to score today. And I like the New York Liberty team total over 84.5. And I like the New York Liberty plus the 2. Put a sprinkle on the money line, whatever it is that you want to do. So shorter show today, man, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you found the show helpful, definitely hit the like button. Check out the resources as well. Shout out to OzJam as always. You can get 25% off your first month using code CBC if you guys are interested in checking out their sports betting software. Link for that is in the description. Also, shout out moneyballer.com. It's still free right now, so check out their check out the website. A bunch of really great information all in one spot. Situational stuff, stats, trends, all that good stuff. One-stop shop for all your sports bet needs in WNBA, MLB, and NBA, man. So definitely check those out. And if you're still listening, you want my official plays when I do make them, even though I come on here, give out the looks for free. Later on throughout the day, when injury stuff happens, when, totals start to drop, that type of thing, I'm typically firing off. So link for my official plays are in the description as always. If you made it this far, do me a favor. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button for me. Share the show if you guys can. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. And best of luck, man. Enjoy your Saturday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I will be back. We got a beautiful Sunday slate. I think it's 3 games tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow, man. Best of luck today. Like I said, enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out.